I'm sorry, are we allowed to outright lie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this changes everything.
Welcome to Who Said That? 5 comedians armed with all we've got left at the moment: pessimism, optimism, insomnia, narcolepsy, confusion, certainty, more banana bread, Joe Wicks, a kombucha Scooby, and the knowledge of each other's terrible, terrible brains. Dialing in today are Lauren Pattison, Sarah Keyworth, Ruth Bratt, and at the time of recording, the afternoon of US Election Day, someone with more pressing concerns than this panel show, Sara Barron. Is that fair, Sarah?
Yes, it is, Mark. Thank you.
Is that the implication that we don't give a fuck about the US election?
So what time? So it's 3:15 here. So in America, most people pretty much haven't woken up yet. So although this is US Election Day, this is kind of like Christmas morning, right?
It is, although, everything that I've heard has said that we will not, we're not going to know anything all that early.
Shall we all make wild predictions now, and then you can play them right at the start?
Oh, yeah. That is an absolutely brilliant idea. I'll come to you last because it was your idea. Lauren Pattison, wild predictions for US election 2020.
My prediction is that Trump is going to lose, but refuse to accept that he's lost. And America is going to end up in an ultimate game of tag to find out who actually wins.
Nice. Ultimate tag. Ruth Bratt.
I think everything's going to be fine.
That is absolutely the one we are setting.
That's the wildest prediction. Yeah.
Keyworth, what are you thinking?
I think that Trump is going to win, and then he will do an acceptance speech, and Kanye West will storm the stage and say, "I'm really happy for you, and I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best music videos of all time."
I mean, now I know which one I want to happen. And Lauren, how? So you're in Newcastle at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with the? When I see you on social media, I never quite know if are you in your own flat? Are you with the parents? What?
So I got my own place and was like, you know what? I'm going to spend like a couple of weeks making it nice, getting it painted, so it's all like ready for me to move into. Then we got put in self-isolation, so I've been stuck here for the last 2 weeks. I'm due out of self-isolation tomorrow, and we go into full on Thursday. So I've bought a Christmas tree, and I'm just making it Christmas every day in the new Pattison flat.
Yeah.
So, Ruth has played the game before. No one else has played the game. Do you all know what's going on? Have you watched the show? Okay, let's move on. Right. So it's really simple. Each contestant will take it in turn to ask a question. The answers will then be texted directly to me, only me. I will read them out, and the questioner will receive points for every answer they pair with an answerer. And Sara Barron, you are coming in with question number 1.
Ooh.
Okay, guys. What is your longest held grudge?
Sara Barron, I don't know. I mean, I know you fairly well. I'm going to guess there's more than 5 with you.
Yes.
You have a top 3? Do you have a top 2? Is there a 1? Is there someone going way back to Barron's school days that you like?
Yeah. So I would say my number 1 would be this friend I had, who I've had since I was 6. And I always hate people who will say things like, I just sort of I did okay in school. I never tried hard, but so I would never do my homework, but then I do so well on the test. So I had this friend who basically we wound up going to the same university, and he was like, isn't it weird that you've worked so hard and I haven't worked at all, and we're going to the same place? That was said to me in 1996. Lauren Pattison and Sarah Keyworth had just been born. I was aging already, and I'm still holding on to it. P.S. You wound up being a failure, so I'm happy about it.
Okay, here we go. So this is answer number 1. My grudge against the patriarchy, although I only knew it was the patriarchy about 2 years ago. Answer number 2. Held a grudge against Emma Baker for over 30 years after not being cast as Mary in the school nativity. And then this person's come in with over 20 years, sorry. And I just wanted to give you that piece of information as well, because I like the fact that the grudge is so... They've gone 30. Oh, actually, it's not 30, it's 20. But I love that they still think about that.
Okay. And I'm so sorry. This is can I just ask one question because cultural reference issue? What was the name of the woman that was mentioned in answer number 2?
I mean, no problem at all, Columbo. I will give you that.
I'm already. I think I'm going to.
Are you making notes?
I'm making notes. This is because what this is, Keyworth, is it's character judgment. That's what this game is, and I pride myself on being really good at that kind of thing. So I really want to win.
Held a grudge against Emma Baker for over 30
Emma Baker. Okay,
Emma Baker.
Okay.
There
Fuck you, Emma Baker.
Baron now has her team Googling Emma Bakers around the UK.
On Facebook, mutual friends.
3.
And
Sarah's got her child in the background just on the dark web. Tracking us
3.
all.
When I was 8 years old, my brother stabbed me in the arse cheek with the metal spike you find on the inside of an electric toothbrush. He's a very gentle and kind soul now, but I will never allow him to forget the time that he shanked me like we're in opposite prison gangs.
Great. I mean, I'm ready to go. I know who's done what. Are you ready? I can tell you exactly
hit me. I love the confidence. I love the confidence.
I know, and I could have this wrong, but I'm going to just play it in a really brushed way. Number 1, patriarchy, Lauren Pattison. Number 2, Emma Baker, Ruth. Number 3, the brother who's kind now. The use of language like shank, that's got Keyworth written all over. Those are my answers. 10 out of 10 or what?
Well, 2 things. Number 1, there's only 3, so you can't get 10 out of 10.
But I can get a 10 out of 10 if it's 3 out of 3. No?
Yeah, except you did. You get 1 out of 3. You got 1 out of 3.
I only got totally 1 right?
Yeah, 1 out of 3.
I only got 1 right?
You got 1.
I think I got Sarah Keyworth right. Is that
you 100% got Sarah Keyworth.
I think Lauren Pattison would say the word shanked.
Oh, Lauren Pattison would definitely say the word shank.
I think Lauren Pattison would physically shank someone as well. I'm just...
So then Lauren's is the Emma Baker one?
Lauren is the Emma Baker one.
Fuck
Lauren,
Baker,
are you even 30 years old?
No, I was trying to trick you.
You were trying to trick me and it worked.
I'm sorry, are we allowed to outright lie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this changes everything.
So, Sara Barron, you get 1 point because you got you got Keyworth right. Keyworth, did you do anything to provoke your brother into stabbing you with the toothbrush?
That's the weirdest part. It was entirely unprovoked and inexplicable, and even now he has no explanation as to what possessed him to do it. I was going to the bathroom like you do when you're a child, which is like you full on take your pajama bottoms off. So my little bomb was just dangling in the ether. And he thought, that needs stabbing.
Do we know what Emma Baker does now, Lauren?
Of course I was Mary. That totally made the whole thing up. Of course. Look at me. I'm blonde and perfect. Why wouldn't I have been Mary age 4?
What the actual fuck? So none of this has to be real.
No, she's not even from Newcastle. It's amazing.
No. But there is controversy to me being Mary, because when it got to the age where you do the school nativity, I really wanted to be Mary, and I did not get Mary. I think I was like villager number 4 or something. Then conveniently, the day before the nativity, the girl who got the part of Mary got sick, and I got upgraded to Mary. And even at age 4, everybody was like, "Did you do something to her?" And I was like, "No." If
we were still lying, I'd say that you stabbed her in the bum with an electric toothbrush.
I get to give bonus points in this round, so I can give bonus points to anyone who I basically think deserve it, and straight away in a unprecedented move, I'm giving a bonus point to Sarah Keyworth's brother. So Sarah's brother gets 1 point, and he's not even playing. So
no. Oh my god!
What's really great about that is he gets a bonus point for not even being here, which pretty much shows that the patriarchy is in charge. So, Ruth Bratt, it is your question for round 2, please.
If you could blame one thing person or concept, for everything you dislike about the world, who or what would it be?
So for the first lockdown, you were isolating pretty much on your own.
Yeah.
And so are these the sorts of conversations that were going around your heads all the time? And are these conversations now that you're having with your new cats? Like, do you
Yeah.
cat sort of sit around the house?
Yeah, we do. I mean, mostly they start with me saying something like this and then me going, stop biting me. And that's if the conversations end.
And he is a boy cat.
Too busy
Boy
sending my message. Do you blame the cat for everything that's wrong with it?
Brilliant. He's great. I think he's probably the answer to
all of the problems.
Yeah. He's the most obvious boyfriend I think I've ever had. He's at least not pretending. He doesn't
love you. He just wants your body heat.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Ruth, I've got three things that are basically the fault of the world can be blamed on these things.
Go on. I blame hyperbole of mediocrity.
All right. No one has put that, so this is good. So I will pick a concept. That's what this person says, by the way. I will pick a concept. I would like to blame everything wrong with the world on parents who say they just want their kids to be happy, when what they actually mean is, I am desperate for my kids to be successful. Answer number 2, I would blame a woman who works in Kilburn High Road Sainsbury's, because I already do. And answer number 3, I would blame sliced bread for setting an overly competitive and frankly unattainable bar for which us try to be the best.
I don't think sliced bread is all that, to be honest. See, hyperbolization of mediocrity. Right there. Nothing.
Very nice.
There's a lot of things better than sliced bread. You've just made mediocre things amazing. I'm with whoever thinks this. I think Kilburn High Road is Keyworth. I'm going to say that that parents is Lauren, because she's living with her parents at the moment. And if I were living with my parents, that would be the conversation I would be having, rather than these conversations with my cat. You could still be a lawyer. So the sliced bread is Sara Barron, is what I think.
Are you locking those 3 answers down?
Yeah.
Okay, you got one right.
Oh, balls.
And what I'm learning about this game so far, and what she is learning about herself, is that Sarah Keyworth is easy to guess, because your one right was Keyworth again.
Am I that transparent?
And is she just generally irritating?
Well, no, she does a specific thing. Every time I'd go in with my partner, and every single time she'd look at us both and be like, "You guys sisters?" And I'd be like, "Nope." And she'd be like, "You're friends." And I'd be like, "Nope." And she'd be like, "Housemates?" And I'd be like, "No." And she'd be like, "Acquaintances doing a food shop?" I'd be like, "Absolutely not." And then eventually it would get to a point where I'd have to go, "We're having sex. We have sex with each other." And then she'd be like, "That'll be $49.99, please." And I just think she's the worst person in the world, because we do it every single time. What I don't want to have to do is, when I first start, like when I approach the till, is go, "Hey, nice to see you again. FYI, I'm fucking her."
To be fair, I love when people do that to me on my till. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
clarity, thank you.
Good to know. I was going to check if you were sisters.
Did I tell you? Oh my god, right. So I work in a supermarket at the minute, and I was on checkouts, but then I went into cafe. And one of my first shifts in the cafe, these 2 women came in, and obviously the cafe had been shut for like a few months because of the pandemic, so they didn't know who I was, and they started really slagging off one of the other women who works in the cafe. And after about 10 seconds, I was like, "That's my mum. That's got to be," because my mum works there too. And I was like, "I'm sure they're on about my mum." And I thought, but I don't want to say anything, so I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. So I was just like, And then I walked away, because I was like, I'm going to say something and I'm going to get in trouble. And then all I heard was the other girl go, "You do know that's a ma." And these women have never been back in the cafe since.
Oh my god. Oh, but also, your mum is a fucking legend.
She's lovely, isn't she? She's class.
Yeah. That's bullshit.
Can I ask this? And this is me and my own baggage with my mom. Is that was there any merit to anything they said, or were they crazy, horrible women?
No, because they were being horrible about how she looks and her appearance, which is how I managed to, like, by process of elimination, be like, well, from the description, I'm guessing this is my mum. And no, you're just like, that's just rude.
And you didn't annoy them by asking them, were they friends? Were they acquaintances? Were they housemates? Are they fucking? You didn't do any of that first.
No. What you should have said is, are you cunts? And then they would have said yes.
That would be a great thing if you could just say to someone when you are you a cunt, because I don't want to waste it.
Yeah. Like any allergies when you're serving somebody. Any allergies? Anybody a cunt?
Do you know what? I think, and I don't know if you're like this, but I think doing stand-up, comparing, doing warm-up, my cunt radar, I think, is so brilliantly kind of attuned now that I feel able, within seconds in a social situation, to just go, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that person.
Absolutely. I think your cunt radar is different to mine as a lesbian woman. We both have one, they just do different things.
Imagine if you joined forces.
Oh my God.
Oh, we could absolutely rule the world.
Control of all of the
most C-bomb heavy section of the show we've ever had.
Sorry. That seems to happen wherever I go these days.
Well, no, because let's face it, those women in Morrison's and that woman in Sainsbury's, I think they deserve it. We need to let it out of the locker for this. I get to give a bonus point, and I'm giving it to Lauren's mum. I'm giving it to Lauren Pattison's mum.
Yes.
So Sarah Keyworth's brother has got 1 point. Lauren Pattison's mum has got 1 point. Ruth Bratt has got 1 point. Sara Barron has got 1 point. But Lauren and Sarah Keyworth have no point at all. As we go into round 3, question 3, and Keyworth, this is your question, please.
Okay. Name a product or service that you love so much that you'd happily be that company's spokesperson.
Keyworth, I know your agent. I'm guessing anything you want right now, she could probably make happen within about half an hour. So what are you wanting? What do you want me to...
I want to be the face of chips, cheese and gravy. That's
Would
the dream.
you...
Yes. I want everyone to think of me when they think of chips, cheese and gravy.
What I would say is I was totally with you. The first 2 elements of that lost me on gravy. I like gravy, but I tend to use gravy. I don't like to smother things in gravy. I like to use gravy as a lube.
What's
Oh, I like it smothered.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Which I think you can also do with lube, to be honest. But...
Lauren, I mean, straight away, I don't want to stereotype, but I'm thinking gravy is one of your 5 a day.
I literally had gravy last night. I love gravy.
Presumably with food rather than anything else.
Just straight out the jug. It's
Yes, I do that. Fucking love gravy, man.
I do love gravy. I like it so thick that, like, you stand your spoon in it and it just stays there. That's what it's... None of this piss watery gravy. No. Thick gravy.
Yeah, you want it to
Love Island gravy.
Out.
Sarah Barron, how long have you been in the UK, please?
8 years, almost exactly.
Does the British gravy stereotype spread around the world, or is this something you discovered when being here?
It's a thing I discovered when being here, and I sort of really don't. Unpopular opinion, I don't enjoy that if it's not part of your personal history. The gravy, the roast dinner, it's not for me. It's like, thanks.
Is your visa completely secure, Sarah?
I've got some answers while we were talking gravy. So this is product or service you love so much you'd happily be that company's spokesperson. Answer number 1, my orthopedic pillow. because, in capital letters, it has kept my neck nimble so I can continue to tear it up on the dance floor with moves like I whip my hair back and forth. Answer number 2, fast food places with touchscreen order points so you don't have to have human interaction. The saviour of the unsociable and fussy eater. Let me order my plain cheeseburger in peace, free of judgment. Amen. Answer number 3, tea, but not the herbal shit. That's an infusion and unacceptable. But all other teas, because it's tea, obviously.
Sara Barron whips her hair back and forth.
She whips her hair back and forth.
With the orthopedic pillow.
Whips her hair back and forth.
I think Lauren Pattison would be an excellent spokesperson for touchscreen at fast food restaurants. And I think Ruth Bratt. I think you are the final one that I can't remember.
Tea!
Tea! Tea! I think you're tea, but not the herbal shit, the regular tea.
Sarah Keyworth, what we've learned about you...
I can't do anything.
...is that your transparency skills aren't very good. You're basically an open book. We can see everything.
Mm-hmm.
However...
Why am I nervous? Why am I nervous right now?
Sarah Keyworth, you got 3 out of 3, Keyworth.
Yes!
You absolutely nailed...
I know you so well.
Well, I mean, Lauren is a full-time stand-up comic when not working in Morrison's, so obviously has ordered McDonald's from one of the service stations on the M1.
I also think Lauren has mentioned... I think Lauren's mentioned McDonald's every single time I've ever seen her in our lives.
It's because I try so hard not to mention Greg's and be a stereotype, but then I end up mentioning
Lauren, when you're in a McDonald's and you do the self-service thing, you sometimes do table service and pretend you're in a posh restaurant.
I've never done that. Never. I think it's because I used to be a waitress as well. So I'm just like, don't make these poor people bring you your 99p fries, Lauren.
Something sad about seeing a bag being brought over to you like that, isn't there?
You got 3 out of 3. Ruth, but you've been a spokesperson for certain products, haven't you?
Basically, I spent my entire life trying to get sponsored. Just to live my life. So one of the things I love is Ferrero Rocher, and because I play Rocher in People Just Do Nothing, I've been just trying to get them to let me be their sponsor. I don't want paying. I just want
lifetime supply,
unlimited supply.
And I'll put on the wig and dress up as her and all that, and eat Ferrero Rocher and swear. I'll do that for free Ferrero Rocher.
I did during lockdown. I did a voiceover for like a drain cleaning product thing. And it's like the first voiceover for an advert I've done. And then when I started on the tills, somebody bought it. Like it came through the till, and I was so excited. And I went, "That's me!" And then they just like looked at it like I was this weird girl who thought she was drain cleaner. And then I felt embarrassed being like, I was like, "Oh, I don't want to explain that. I do like the voice for it." I just didn't explain any further, and I've never seen somebody try to be served so quickly.
I thoroughly misunderstood and misheard what you said, and I thought you said dream cleaner, and I was like, that is the hippiest 2020 shit I've ever heard in my life.
But also, no one wants your dreams cleaned.
That's true, yeah.
No, you want the opposite. If there's something that can make them the opposite, that's what you want.
Something to mucky up your dreams.
Keyworth, you absolutely nailed that. You get 3 out of 3.
Well,
and the joy of 3 out of 3 is you get to give a bonus point. So you can give a bonus point to anyone. At the moment, your brother and Lauren's mum are joint in the lead, just if that helps.
I think I'd like to give a bonus point to Willow Smith, the artist who did I Whip My Hair Back and Forth.
That's absolutely no problem. We could definitely do that. And this is
She
nice.
Get on the scoreboard now.
In last place with no points is Laura Pattison. In second place with 1 point is Sara Barron. Sarah's brother, Lauren's mum, Willow Smith, and Ruth Bratt. But in first place with 3 points is Sarah Keyworth as we go into the last round.
Suck it, Willow.
The last round proper is Lauren Pattison. Your question, please.
Yes. If you were the opposite sex for a day, what would be the first thing that you do? I personally would walk straight into a job I wasn't qualified for. That's what I would want to do.
This is the round I've been looking forward to. So which job would you walk straight into that you're not qualified for?
Well, I don't know. I'm very salty at the minute because during lockdown, I got somebody I fancy a job where I work so that I could see them because obviously we weren't allowed to see each other. This person has now become like the company's little golden boy, and they keep dropping hints that they want him to train to be a manager, and I'm like,
Are you two still?
well, no, because we got put in a like really strict like lockdown, didn't we, where you can't mix houses and stuff. So like this lockdown that's coming on Thursday, the North's essentially been in that for like a month anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've got 3 answers for you. Answer number 1, I was trying to think of something clever, but let's face it, I would just wang my willy and balls about. Answer number 2, put my penis in a woman, potentially, of course, and experience an orgasm that comes with minimal effort. Also, it might be interesting to put my penis in a bum hole, consensually, of course, to see what that feels like. Answer number 3, in the morning, I would apologise vaguely on Twitter for my inappropriate behaviour within the comedy industry, and then presumably be on live at the Apollo that night. Basically, nice to see that that's what you think men do.
Tell me we're wrong, Mark.
Show me the evidence against that.
So, what are you thinking?
Okay, I think Sarah Keyworth is our apologetic male comedian / sex pest. We're all sex pests in this round, aren't we?
Actually,
Just varying degrees of. I think Sarah is the penetrative option, and Ruth is going to wang her William balls about. That is my guesses.
Lauren Pattison, before this round, you had no points.
I think I know what I'm going to have after this round as well.
3 points, mate. You got them all right.
Ooh.
amazing. I'm really
Absolutely.
mad because
Side your
I typed out wang my willy about, and then I thought,
What you do?
no.
I just want to say, although you can wang a willy, it's really
Do you know
difficult
what,
to wang
Mark?
balls.
Now is not the time for men to start explaining themselves. We've heard enough.
Wanging is.
Hold on.
What I mean by wanging is, I sort of want to know.
Sorry, so what is the hand at the moment? Can I ask what the hand is?
Actually, I think. Well, that's probably it, isn't it? But very pendulous bollocks there. More like that.
Okay, there you go.
What I mean is, I want to know what it feels like if you stood still, if you stood with your legs slightly apart and just went back and forth.
And that's what you do for the whole day, is it?
Just the first thing I would do. Like, then I would obviously demolish the patriarchy. But my first thing, the very first thing I would do I tried to be clever, and I was like, no, I just want to.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
And Keyworth, you weren't interested in the wanging at all?
Oh, as I say, first thing I thought of was the wanging. And I thought, go with your second thought, Keyworth.
Yes.
Be a successful sex pest.
So, Lauren Pattison, you got 3 points. So, congratulations.
Well
You
done.
guessed every single one of them right. And, totally honestly, as the only cis man here, it doesn't reflect... It doesn't reflect well on us.
Well, what would you do, Mark, if you were a girl for a day? What would be the first thing you do?
Wang your fanny about.
Yeah, I want to see if my massive labia went from side to side like a Newton's cradle.
Like
when you're in
butterfly.
primary school and you get the parachute out.
Presumably in this version there aren't like 20 children on either side.
Do you know what? I think what I do, I just spend the first half hour just realising what it's like to have real feelings.
Yeah.
But Lauren, you get to give 1 point. You get to give a bonus point. Who are you giving your bonus point to?
I am going to give my bonus point to Ruth's cat.
Oh yeah.
Ruth's cat. Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Who we've not even seen.
There's a brief moment where I thought you were going to pick a sex pest.
How do you know she hasn't?
Just bring my little tombola out.
I love the idea that you have a pre-made tombola full of sex pests in your
It's
just
been
off
a long
screen.
lockdown.
As we go into the last round, which is my question, I want you to draw a picture of me, and I have to guess who drew that. I'm not going to know which picture comes from whom. I mean, that's terrible English, isn't it? Which picture came from whom?
No, none of us can talk to you right now. I'm concentrating so hard.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, Sarah Keyworth, you used to be a nanny, Sarah, is that right?
Yes,
What?
I did.
So is this what you would do with the kids? Would you just get them to do drawing exercises?
Yeah,
And then go, I can't talk to you.
I'd make them draw pictures of you. There are 2 children in West London who are terrified at the thought of you.
Babadook. Okay, all right, they're all coming through. Wow. Okay. So I'll go through them in order. So the first one, so I've got these from Simon. So that one, I'm thinking, I mean, do you know what? I did not know who I was going to go for then, but because she smiled when I showed it, I'm going Sarah Keyworth, because I showed it like that. And as I did that, Keyworth was like, oh, I like that one. So I'm going Keyworth on that one. This one, I mean, I like that. Someone has given me cheekbones for the first time in my life. And so I think I might go, because she's had so much time on her own, I'm going to go Ruth Bratt. This one, I'm really absolutely fascinated by my hairline in that one. No, I'm going to go Pattison with that bad boy. And I'm crying. I think this person has made me look like the singer Sam Smith. And so I'm going, I'm going to change. I'm changing my mind. So I think I'm going to go Barron, Bratt, Pattison, Keyworth. Those are my 4 answers. I have locked them down. Sarah Keyworth, you can be the spokesperson of this group. How many did I get?
Well, Mark, I can tell you that you now have 4 points.
Did I get them all right?
Got them all right. Well done.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing watching you get there.
Yeah. Working it all out. I thought I tricked you.
Wow. Oh, I'm really happy. Oh, thanks, everyone.
But you should be.
Do I think I win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you get a point if you fool me. None of you fooled me. I mean, they're not playing, but I'm fairly sure Ruth's cat, Willow Smith, Lauren's mum and Sarah's brother probably would have fooled me. Never going to know. So all of those people and Sara Barron and Ruth Bratt are on 1 point. But the joint winners of this episode are Sarah Keyworth and Lauren Pattison with 3 points each. So congratulations.
Well done, everybody.
Well done, Sarah and Sarah Keyworth and Lauren Pattison for winning. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much, Sara Barron. Thank you so much, Ruth Bratt. Thank you so much, Willow Smith, Lauren's mum, Sarah's brother, Ruth's cat. But the winners of this week are Sarah Keyworth and Lauren Pattison. So well done.
Congratulations.
Well done.